good morning, good morning, everybody. This is a Not Above LLC. We'll be working on a slouchy hat, my version, of course. We will be working with this one is a forest green, and then red, bright red, and then the yellow, and then black. We're going to be working with these colors, creating a slouchy hat for Black History. So we're going to start off with the lime green. You will need your crochet hook. I'm using the 5.50 millimeter. And I have my my sew needles. And you need scissors. We will start off with a slip knot. And these is going to be made back loop onlys. And it will be a panel. We're going to do a panel hat. So you'll see. You're going to slip stitch. And you can use any color. You don't have to use these colors. You can use any color. And we are going to make a chain of 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So there's a chain of 40. Let's add 10 more 10 more to the chain. So 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Okay, so we added 10 more, which we have 50 now. And then you have to add one more. So if you want it to stay 50 or you want it to be 49, and we want ours to stay 50, so you add one more chain. There you go. Add one more to your chain, and then you're going to go into your second chain from the hook, and you're going to put a half double crochet. Okay, and we're going to do it all the way across, and you should have 50 half double crochets, and this is our first. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if you don't know how to, or not familiar with a half double crochet, you just wrap your hook. You go in your loop. You have 3 on there. You pull through, wrap and pull through. You have 3. You wrap your hook again and you pull through all. Okay, we'll go through it again. Wrap your hook, go through the loop, wrap your hook and pull through. You have 3 on your hook again. Wrap your hook, pull through. Okay, that's a half double crochet. Okay, and we're going to go all the way down. Go through, wrap, pull, go through, wrap, go through your loop, wrap your hook, pull through. Okay, wrap your hook and go all through 3. Here. Pull. Okay. Right. Wrap your hook. Here. Half double crochets. Okay. And you should have 50 half double crochets. And if you want to work with a smaller hook, you can work with a smaller hook, but just keep in mind that your project will not be the same size as the project that we are making with the 5.5 millimeter hook. Your project will be smaller, and you may have to add more rows to get it to where you need it to be. Okay.
Motion at your Ring Video doorbell.
And you can always pause the video till you finish your row, and then you can restart it back up. And please, if you come and you run across any of my tutorials, will you please subscribe and like? Okay, this is 50. It's our last chain. Okay, so we have 50 half double crochets. So now what we're going to do is chain 1 and turn our work, and we're going to go in the back loop only. Chain 1, turn. You're going to go into this very first half double crochet, back loop. Okay, back loop, and you still should have 50 half double crochet. I have to try to get home and grab my camera on my video. That way it have a zoom button. My phone, when you're using it on the front camera, it don't have a zoom. It zooms in just a little, not a whole bunch. Now, this is our last half double crochet. You want to make sure you get this last half double crochet, because if you don't, it will be uneven, and you will only have 49. So I'm going to go in both of these loops. Instead of the back loop only, I'm going to through both of those. Okay, now we're going to chain one, and we're going to turn our work again.
Motion at your ring video
Okay,
doorbell.
yeah. We're going to do half double crochet. We're going to go through both of these loops here. Then we're going to go through the back loop only. And if you want to do the back loop only up at that one, feel free to go through the back loop only. I normally, at the ends of each, I usually go through both loops instead of the back loop only. So that's what we're going to do from here on out. We're going to go through both loops on each end of your hat. You're going to go through both of the loops at the on the last half double crochet. Now this is our last row. We'll be changing colors. Okay, we're getting ready to come up on our last half double crochet. Okay, now this is our last half double crochet. We're going to go through both of the loops. Okay, both of the loops. Pull through halfway. Leave it right there. Don't do nothing else, because you get ready to add your next color. So mine is going to be red, and I'm going to take my red, and I'm going to just put it. So I'm going to do a slip knot. I'm going to show you how some people do it, but I don't do mine like this. But if you want to do yours like that, you can do it like that. They slip knot it. And they pull it through. Okay. But that's not how I do mine. But if that's how you want to do it, you can do it that way. This is how I do mine. I'll show you how I do mine. So let's get back to the, okay. All right, there we go. This is how I do mine. I just take my yarn, I wrap it around my hook, and I hold this string, the loose end, and I just pull it through. So you have, it looks like that. So then I chain my one, and I turn my work. Okay. And then you do your same thing. You wrap your hook, go through both. Don't go through back loop, only go through both of them. Now you go through the, from here we go through back loop only. And we will be cutting the yarns, which we can do that right now. You're going to cut your green yarn that you used. Okay, and you cut it to where you have enough of yarn to weave in. Now we're going to go through back loop only. And if you're weaving your yarn in as you crochet, just keep in mind that that color may show through your half double crochets. It might show through that. So I don't carry stitches, I just weave them in. And you should still have 50 half double crochet. And when you working with making your projects, and I know you guys already know this, I'm sure you do, but for my beginners, if you are using whatever kind of yarn you're using, make sure that it's all the same weight and the same texture, because like this one that I'm using right here, it's a little thicker. It's a 4-ply. All of them are 4-ply. This one is just a little thicker. This red is a little thicker. So you got to be aware of that as well. And just for the sake of this video, I'm using this yarn because this is all I have that I have up here where I'm at. So when you're crocheting, just make sure all your threads are the same weight. It can say 4-ply, but it can be a little bit heavier on a thicker side than a normal 4-ply. Okay, we're coming up to the end, and we're going to go through both loops. Okay, chain one, turn your work, and see, I don't know if you can tell the difference. See how much thicker this is. It's the same ply. These are all 4 plies, worsted weight This one, you can see that it's a little bit thicker than this. But it'll work just for what I'm doing, and that's just to make the video. So we have 2 more rows to go. We already chained our 1. We're going to go through both loops, and then we're going to go through back loops the rest of the way down, and when we get to the last half double crochet, you're going to go through both loops. Okay, we're on our last half double crochet. We're going to go through both loops. Chain 1, turn your work, and this is what we have. Okay, we already chained 1. We're going to go through both loops of that very first half double crochet. Now we're going to go through the back loops of each half double crochet until you get to your last half double crochet. When we get to our last half double crochet, when going through both loops, we're going to switch to our yellow color. And you will cut your red color and leave enough of yarn to weave in. Okay, we're coming up our last stitches here, our last half double crochet. Go through both of them, wrap your yarn and pull through, and you're going to put your next color on, yellow. Okay, we have our yellow. And leave enough yarn to weave in. So I'm going to wrap it, put it right on my hook. I'm going to hold the tail, and then I'm going to pull through. And then I'm going to chain one. Okay, we're going to turn our work. I'm going to cut your red, but leave enough of yarn to weave in. Okay, now we're working 3 rows of the yellow. So we chained our one. We're going to go into this very first half double crochet, both loops. Okay, now we're going to go through the back loops only for 3 rows. So what I'm going to do is, now that I know that you have it, I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to finish the 3 rows of yellow. And when I'm done the 3 rows of yellow, I'll come back and we'll do the 3 rows of black yarn. Okay, so I will meet you back when I finish my 3 rows of yellow. Okay, we have finished our yellow, and you see where I left the 3 on the hook so that we can switch colors. We're going to move on to our black yarn now. We will be cutting the yellow, so leave enough of yarn to weave in your end. So we will grab our black yarn, leave enough of tail to weave in, pull through all the 3 loops, chain 1, turn your work. Okay, cut your yarn. Okay, now we're working with our black yarn, so we're going to half double crochet through our first loop, very first loop, going through both of the loops, and now we're going to go through the back loops only, and you still should have 50 half double crochets. I'm gonna go finish this whole row of black with you guys, and then I will go off screen and do the last 2 rows of black off screen, and then I will be back when I complete those last 2 rows, and then we will switch colors. We'll move back to the green, and if you want to, while you're when you switch change your colors and cut your yarn, you can weave them in as you go. You can stop and weave them in when you finish your 3rd row. Stop, weave them in, so you don't have to, you know, do it at the end. A lot of people do not like weaving ends in, and if you're one of those people that don't like weaving ends in, I'll encourage you to stop at every 3rd row and weave your ends in. And that way when you're done, you'll only have two ends to weave in. Well, three. When you close your hat, you will have to weave that end in as well when you close up your hat. Okay, I'm coming up almost to the last crochet, and then that will be going through both of the loops, chain one, turn both of your loops, making sure you get that very last half double crochet. So important. Chain one, turn your work, and this is what you should have. And I am going to go off screen and finish the last two rows of the black, and I'll be back once I'm done the last two rows. Okay, I am back, and I have finished the black round, 3 rows of black round, and we will again start with our green color. I went on ahead and weaved in my ends. If you see, I weaved all my ends in. So when you weave your ends in, of course, you're gonna, at the end of every round, you're gonna weave the green into the green, and the red into the red, the yellow into the yellow, and the black into the black. And you find your back side. Your back side is where it looked like kind of backwards, like it looks don't look like the front. See, this is my front. It's hard to explain. This is my front, and this is what my back look like. See how the back look? I don't know how to explain it, but your front is like this. See, so this is how the front looks. Then the back. Okay, and then I guess you can put it on either side. Guess it don't really matter, but to me, the back side look dull to me, and the front side look a little bit more crispy, if that makes sense. Okay, let's move on to our green. Leave enough of yarn to weave your ends in. Pull through all 3 on your loop. Chain 1. Turn your work. And cut off your black yarn and leave enough of yarn to weave your end in. Okay. Now, we're going to go through the first half double crochet, both loops. And you can pull your strings to make them tighter so that they're not look like they're loose. Now back loop only, and you still should have 50 half double crochet. I'm going to do this first row width on screen, and the next 2 rows I will do off screen. And I'm going to weave my ends in as I go. Okay, we're on our last half double crochet. You're going to go through both loops. Last half double crochet. Okay, let me take that out. That's kind of loose. Make sure I don't want mine to be loose. There we go. All right, our last half double crochet. Okay, this is what our panel looks like now. Okay, and I'm going to go off screen and do the last two rows of half double crochet, and I'm going to weave in the ends, and I will come back once I'm done. Okay, I have finished the row 3, and I have stitched in, weaved in all my ends. The ends is all weaved in on both sides, which is kind of, I don't know why I can't get my camera to go there, but I weaved in all the ends. We're going to change to our red color, and we're going to do 3 rows of red, and then again we'll switch to our yellow. We'll do 3 rows of yellow, then we'll switch to our black, and we'll do 3 rows of our black. So it's just a repeat of each color. And when we done the panel, then we will stitch the panel together. Okay. And I will do the first row on screen, and then I'll do the other 2 off screen. So everything is still the same. We're still doing the same thing. However many rows that you need to close your head up, that's how many rows. I think mine would be 16, if I'm correct. 16. Now back loop only. I might be wrong, but I'm thinking the last one I've done, I made 16, a panel of 16 half double crochets, but we'll see. Not counting like the 3, not counting like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going, this would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're not counting it like 3, 6, 9, 12. You know, you're going, your first 3 is 1 row. Your second 3 is your second row. So you're doing it like that by rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is we're working on our 6th row. Our 6th row of 3. If that makes sense to you guys. Okay, so we have finished that first row, and I'm going to go off camera and do the next 2 rows, and I will see you guys when I'm done. But I will also weave my ends in while I'm off screen. Okay, so I'll see you when I come back. See you when I'm finished this round. Okay, round the 3 rounds is done already. Rows are done, and we're going to move on to our yellow yarn. So as you see, we have our 3 loops on the hook. You get your yellow yarn, or whatever color you're working with. Leave enough for yarn to weave your ends in. Pull through all 3. Chain 1. Turn your work. Cut that yarn that you just got finished working with, and leave enough for yarn to weave it in. We're going to go through the very first half double crochet, both loops, and then your next all the rest of them you're going to go back loop only, except for the last half double crochet. You're going to go through both loops. I will do this whole row. Okay, sorry about that. I had got a phone call that came in, and as I was saying, I'm going to finish this row off on screen, and the last 2 I will finish off screen. I'm hoping I can finish this off all in one video. I don't have to stop and make another one. I have an appointment I have to be at noon. So I'm hoping I can finish this off before 11 o'clock. If I get done before 11, then I'm good. Then I don't have to make a second part. Okay, we are coming up on the last half double crochet, and you go into both loops. Okay, chain 1, turn, and then you'll just do your next 2 rows, and I'm going to go off screen and do my next 2 rows. And then what I think I'm going to do is, maybe, I'm not 100% sure, I might, after I'm done this row, do the black row, the first row on screen, and then finish the whole thing off screen, and then come back once I'm done the rest of the panel. So like I said, mine would be 16. So I'm on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm on the 7th row of 3, 7th group of 3. So I can finish the rest of it off screen, and then come back and we can close the head up and stitch the side together, and then close up the top and make the brim of the hat, and then we'll be done. It is now, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna finish because it's 10 o'clock now. I should be able to be done if I go off screen and do it. But if I stay on screen and do it, it won't get done. I'd have to make a second video, which I don't mind. So I'm going to go off screen and finish these last 2 rows, and then I'll come back for the row with the black yarn, and then I'll go off screen and finish the whole rest of the 16 panel. Okay, see when I'm done this row. Okay, I am back, and we will go to switch to our black yarn. Leave enough of yarn to weave in your end. Pull through all 3 loops. Chain 1. Turn your work. Don't forget to cut your yarn that you just got finished using. Go in you're going to go in your first half double crochet, both loops. Now we're going through the back loops. And you still should have 50 half double crochets. I'm going to do this row, and I'm going to finish the rest of the rows off screen, and then I'll come back when I have the 16 panels complete, and then we can sew the sides together in the middle, the closing of the top of the hat together. And if you want to put a pom-pom on, I will show you how to do the pom-pom. So I just might have to do a second tutorial because I have to get myself ready for my appointment, and I cannot be late for my appointment. So I may have to do a second video, second part to this video. But I'm going to finish it offline, and then I'll come back. The second part will be where we sew the sides together, and then sew the close in the top, and our pom-pom if you choose to put a pom-pom on, which I have a pom-pom maker, and that's what I will be using, is the pom-pom maker. Okay, we're on our last half double crochet. We're going to go through both loops, chain 1, turn your work. And the rest of this panel I will be doing offline, so I will see you guys when I finish the 16 panels. Okay, see you then. Okay, so this is the finishing touch of the black rows, 3 black rows, and I'm going to switch colors and finish these 16 panels, and then I will come back and do the sewing the sides together and closing up the top, and we'll do that together in the brim. We'll do that together on the second part. So there is going to be a part 2 because I have to, like I said, I had an appointment and I need to make that appointment. So I will see you guys on our on a part 2 of this panel hat. Okay, y'all have an awesome day. Peace out.